Today, I will be presenting to you my lesson plan in English 9. It's all about interpreting the message in a material viewed in the story. When we say interpret in literature, it means you're trying to find the meaning and significance of the story, where you are asking yourself but what the text means and why it is important. One of the best ways to interpret a writing is to use the text as a guide. Some ask, how do we read and interpret text? Which is simply ask to associate what happens in the text, the events, what is said, by whom, to whom, and how things happen or don't, how characters react, with or without words, all those details and many more, with the real world, which we connect with the real world. A short term for interpret is decoding, meaning the decoding of the message is how an audience member is able to understand and interpret the message. We have here the three objectives, which in number 1, we analyze how Anglo-American literature and other text type connect to the world, which focuses on the conceptual understanding of the subject matter, in which students are not just going to perform, but also they must need to understand the principles of Anglo-American literature's role in connecting in the world. Second, we have here the practical application of knowledge, which the students are expected to demonstrate proficiency in performing a play, employing various communication techniques, and utilizing effective verbal and nonverbal strategies and ICT resources, demonstrating focus, voice, delivery, and dramatic conventions. Lastly, is they analyze and interpret the message conveyed in a story, wherein the students must interpret the themes, messages, and meaning of the story, not only by watching or reading it, which it also helps in promoting deeper understanding with the text. Next, we have here, of course, the procedures, wherein in the preliminaries, before starting the class, I will ask one student or learner to lead the prayer, and then after that, I will be checking their attendance and present my classroom rules, which everyone must follow. This is my classroom rules, SMART, wherein the first letter S stands for say please and thank you when you receive or ask something. The M stands for make friends and be kind, which I encourage everyone to be friendly and avoid bullying. When you are tasked to make an output, you should always put an extra effort on it in order to have better grades. And R stands for raise your hands to speak. Before speaking, you should raise your hand first, especially in answering questions, and speak only if you are asked to. Lastly, the letter T stands for think before you act. Of course, when you are doing something or saying something, you should always think twice if it will hurt other people's feelings. And in presenting the new lesson, I will be presenting a poster which the student or learner will observe, and I will be asking some questions on what are their observations. This is the poster that I will be presenting, which I ask the students what are their observations in the picture that I have present, and also what they know about poster, which overall I will make them realize this importance of time management. And before I present examples, instances of the new lesson, I will ask first some questions about how do we communicate nowadays and how gadget is useful, which the students or learners will answer, and I will let the students watch this short clip about the evolution of communication, Stone Age to modern age or times. After the students watch this, I will ask one questions, and I expect the students or the learners to answer. And in discussing new concept and practicing skills, assume that I had sent to the GC the link of the short story written by O. Henry entitled The Gift of Maggie, which I will let the students recall what they have read, and I will be asking 3 questions during our discussions in which the student will answer, and if they can't, I will help them answer and explain. These are the 3 questions. What are the most significant sacrifices made by Della and Jim in O. Henry's The Gift of Maggie? How does the title The Gift of Maggie relate to the overall message of the story? Lies the symbolism of the gifts exchanged by Della and Jim, and so on. After that, I will be presenting another poster which the students will be given some time to find a pair and write what are the advantages and disadvantages of the use of gadgets as shown in the poster, which they will be presenting later on. This is good for um, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. Next, I will be dividing the class into two. I will be giving them some materials like bond papers, pencils, and crayons that they need in creating a simple poster that is good for 10 to 15 minutes, wherein in their poster, the group 1 will make a poster showing the benefits in using technology, and for the group 2, the negative effects. And after that, I'll be asking some questions in relation with the what they have watched, the evolution of the communication, and what they have learned about the or how they distinguish an information poster from other types of poster. And in evaluating the learners, I will provide a performance-based activity, which this class will be divided into 2 groups for a role-play activity based on O. Henry's short story, The Gift of Maggie. Each group will select a scene to perform, incorporating elements of technology, and they should imagine how the story will change if the couple had access to modern equipments or gadgets. And I will be providing a criteria for rating. The focus for 20%, voice 25%, delivery 25%, dramatic conventions 30%, for a total of 100%. And for the remaining minutes, the students will be meeting their group mates in order to plan for this matter, the activity, which the students will perform next meeting. For additional activity, I will give the students a homework, which the student will write a reflection about the short story, The Gift of Maggie, to be submitted next meeting. That's all how I present my lesson plan with the project-based and performance-based activity. The project is the poster that they are going to make, and the performance is the short play which they are going to perform next meeting. And thank you for listening. Bye.